Hi my dear viewer. Today the topic of our videos will be addiction. More specifically to alcohol and even more specifically how tea can help you overcome it. Well, right now, as a short introduction, we are in the MoyChay Tea Culture Club, and this is the biggest offline and online hub for tea in the Netherlands, where you can enjoy tea ceremonies but also check out teaware and teas. But to get onto the content of the video, as you see, there are some things which are unique to only the tea ritual. At the same time, you're drinking something which can really pull you in from head to toe, engulf you in smells, tastes and effects you haven't ever experienced before. But unlike with other drinks, where you are, so to say, a passive observer of the taste, here you orchestrate and make tea yourself in a ritual-like way, known as the gunfucha. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you here and also tell you about, because as I said, this ritual or this way of making this product can be a huge tool for you as well. This ritual can be as big or small as you would like it to be, from a big tea board as you see here, and beautiful teaware worth hundreds of euros, something simple as taking a moment for yourself and just being present with a small tea board like this. So it's really an experience you make yourself. But that's not all. We have become used to having bad quality tea, and nobody thinks of effect anymore when they think about tea. That rings true for tea bags. However, when you got something good in your cup, like tea from China or for example Taiwan, that is a completely different story, as those teas are much less processed, for example. And then when you infuse it the right way, absolute magic starts to happen. Tea can boost the mood in the room and make everybody a bit looser, but it can also often induce what I like to call a calm focus. Imagine you're completely relaxed and basically just chilling, but still can think and formulate crystal clearly. That's what it feels like. And if you're curious which tea specifically I'm referring to, check it out in the description or in the recommended video, as Gaba Oolongs are truly otherworldly. And now onto the meat and potatoes, as it's been proven that stopping a habit is so much harder than replacing it with something else, with a good habit, for example. So just trying to stop with alcohol, for example, would lead to lots of problems for yourself, for the people around you. Every time you would invite friends over, you would have the urge to grab something to drink. And if you didn't, you'd lose a bit of the vibe and everything would just be a bit off, you know. If you have nothing to replace a beer, a glass of wine or a cocktail with, you're not likely to do that. And in the 12 years of MoyChay, we have seen people completely adopt tea as a way of life. And it's also a great way to surprise friends, you know. And whenever you start doing that, people will also, different people will get attracted to you. So you'll be able to change your life with one seemingly small step, but then it will start a chain reaction basically. And you will notice how subtle things in your life might start to change. Because when you start thinking back about it, it can all be traced towards this move, because tea is not just a product, tea is culture. So adopting this ritual, the gunfucha for example, will also let there be space in yourself to adopt the culture as well. Sure, sometimes people may be surprised for the first time when you decide to serve them a Gaba tea instead of a beer, but they could very well enjoy it more than alcohol. And trust me, I am in the student sphere, right? I'm 20, and if I know any people which are about alcohol, those are the ones. And it's incredible to understand how much you can do whenever you just get your friends together for a tea ceremony, and everybody, even the people who were drinking the night before, can come together in a moment of togetherness. That's just magical. And by the way, you still get pleasantly buzzed, relaxed and social, but without the hangover, drowsiness and feeling of guilt that alcohol brings. It's a great substitute. But suppose you're not drinking at all with friends, you're drinking alone. And many people have found a great companion in tea, as it is inherently linked with wellness and mindfulness in a very practical way as well, because you're still doing a lot of fine motoric movements, right? You're really having objects which, if you choose them right, can represent a lot to you. and it's always just a pleasure looking at them. This is my personal teapot, and I really have a nice also visual connection with it. It's really an object I love to care for example, as well. It doesn't mean that I'm worshipping it every day, don't worry, that's not exactly what it means, but it is like a friend for your tea journey, basically. And the essence of the ceremony itself, it can be very valuable when trying to get your mind off of one thing you may be thinking about at that point. It's very stress relieving, so you can really try it out. Next time you get a craving or get out some good tea and indulge in that process. It can definitely keep you there long enough as you can make a lot of infusions to keep you satisfied. And basically, while you have all of this ready, you'll already long forget the bad habit you would be likely to come back to. All in all, tea is a great alternative to alcohol, even if you disregard the health effects of the both drinks. I would encourage you to give it a chance and see the contrast for yourself, because it's of course no wonder pill, and the determination and courage to quit or at least decrease has still to come from you. But tea can be a very rewarding facilitator in this process. And it's one last tip. If you're right now asking yourself which tea or how do I get into this, it doesn't only have to be this ceremonial, and the tea I would like to recommend to you would be one of the tea guanines, for example, or for example a jasmine green tea. You will really notice the difference in quality from the tea bag teas, for example. It will really open a new world of sensations for you. I'm not exaggerating. If you try out with those teas, for example an oolong or a green tea, you will, every time you return back to this pastime, to this culture, you will be able to explore more. But the oolongs are a great start for your journey. And you can also check out our site or other videos on ways you can make this tea in a very tasty but simple way, because you really don't always have to sit down for a ceremony. I really do, because all the things I said before, they do apply, but it's a very malleable and very easy to manipulate process. Tea fits you, you don't have to fit tea. And with that being said, I would really like to thank you for your time and for watching. And if you like this, be sure to check out our channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, you can always also reach out directly to us and to me. You'll find all info down in the comments. We also have an Instagram where you can also check, for example, our events, because of course you can also visit the club. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. Bye bye.